So I did a video on Saturday about a situation that I found myself in. Thought I'd put it up as kind of a learning experience kind of thing. There were a lot of questions about what went down and how it went down and what now. So I did a live Q&A video on Sunday, but I think there are still some questions. So I thought I would do maybe a more organized video on this today. And, after this, I really don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's just jump right into it. I was contracted to DJ a school dance last Saturday, and I'd been in contact with the advisor for over a week. We talked about a lot of things, including setup location and music requests from the kids. I got a text from the advisor asking what my ETA was to arrive at the venue when I was probably a few blocks away. Got there early, well before he did. When we showed up, there was another DJ loading in. They had banged on the window, got the janitor, opened the door, and they were loading in. I said, "Hey, hi, I'm the DJ tonight. Who are you?" I said, "Well, me too." So there was a double booking. To figure it out, I called the advisor. He wasn't going to be showing up for another half an hour, but to be diplomatic about things, my suggestion was to wait it out until the advisor showed up to figure out who the check's actually written out to. If this DJ has a signed contract and I have a signed contract, what's going on here? I was 100% confident that the check was going to be written out to me, but to my surprise, when the advisor got there, it was written out to the other DJ company. So we helped that DJ load in and we left. I don't know that this is exactly what happened, but I believe it went something like this. The advisor, who knows me, who's contacted my phone, who I've worked for and done work for a long time, many years, went ahead and contacted my agency, which is how they've always gotten a hold of me to DJ this event. Contract was sent out. In the meantime, the students have a winter formal committee, and there must have been some miscommunication somewhere because they took it upon themselves to source a DJ. So they found a DJ. I don't know how they did it. I'm assuming there was a lot of emails and things. They found a company, and the company was then given the advisor's email or fax or something. Fax was mentioned in the conversation. Really? Okay, but anyway. So a contract was then sent to the advisor electronically somehow. The advisor assumed it was the agency or me or somebody, didn't think twice about it, signed it, and gave it to accounting to cut the check for Saturday. I don't believe anyone is to blame here. What are you going to do? Get mad at the students for trying to do the right thing? Or get mad at this advisor who, in today's world, in schools, is probably a very overworked, underpaid guy who's trying to do the right thing and just handle business? Or this other DJ company who is just trying to fulfill a contract? Or my agency who said, "Yeah, sure, Brian's available," and set up the event? No, I don't think anybody's to blame here. I think it was just an honest mistake. The first thing you need to know is that this is an agency gig. And I think a lot of people out there in the comments section assume that I work for an agency. Nothing could be further from the truth. There's an agency that works for me. I've got my own company, but then there's this agency who also finds work and takes a commission for that work that they find. I'm the artist, they handle the business end of things. It would be kind of like Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones. Do you really think that he's booking Madison Square Garden on his own? No, he's not. There's an agent that does that through management and such. And the management and the agency work for the Rolling Stones, not the other way around. The Rolling Stones don't work for them. It's just like that. I'm the artist. They handle the business end of things. They find the jobs and they book things and make the arrangements. And I go and I'm the dancing monkey, essentially. So, I mean, they handle all kinds of artists. They could be photo booth, they could be string quartets, orchestras, comedians, you name it. Santa Claus at Christmas time, they do that too. but I'm a DJ. And they find work. They find someone who contacts them and says, hey, we're looking for a DJ. They say, oh, BSR is a good fit. You should get him. So I then go do the gig. And I don't know how the agency does this. I don't know if they call it a retainer or a deposit or whatever. But the way it typically works is when a contract is sent out, it's returned with something, either a deposit or a retainer. That's the glue in the contract. And then when I go do the job, the client writes out a check to me. I get paid. The retainer or deposit that is received is typically what their commission is. So that's their money. Then I collect my money from the client at the job. That's usually how it works. Sometimes there's advance pay. There's all kinds of different scenarios, but typically that's how the agency jobs work. So the retainer or deposit that is sent to the agency from the client is their agency fee, their commission, and I get paid directly by the client, and the check or money order or whatever is written out to BSR. So with that in mind, there is no reason for me in this particular situation to even talk about money because the agency handles the business end of things. I'm just that dancing monkey. So it's Monday. I've already spoken to the agents. They've called me and they're on it. They're going to work it out with the school. I don't have to worry about it. So yeah, I'll be compensated. Not even a concern. And it wasn't a concern on Saturday, which is why I didn't go in there and throw a fit. I tried to be part of the solution instead of part of the problem. I tried to be helpful and I tried to be understanding. And the advisor was pretty disappointed when he found out I wasn't going to be the DJ. And I reassured him. I said, hey, listen, don't worry about it. Things happen. We're good. I'm still your DJ. Next time you need a DJ, you contact my agency and I will be there. No hard feelings. I got you. And he was like, oh, thanks so much. So he was happy that I wasn't angry about this. Everybody was just very cool and professional. Nobody lost their minds. And yeah, it's all going to come out in the wash. Thank you to Don Carlo for coming all the way up from Chicago to help me lug around some gear I could have done myself, but it would have been a struggle. He wanted to work with me, and we didn't get the opportunity to do that, obviously, but we'll do it again sometime. And I'm looking forward to it. At least we got to hang out and get to know each other a little better. That was nice. But the one thing that I don't think anybody got, the one thing that I think people missed on this whole thing, and what I thought the real takeaway was when I did the initial video, was that, let's say you do a wedding and you show up and there's another DJ there. The client is double booked. That's a different situation than what I have going on here with a school, whether or not the agency is involved or not. And the reason it's different is because this is a gig that just keeps recurring, right? The agency either sends me or somebody else out to a lot of events at this school and has been doing this for many years. I've been involved for the better part of 10, but I'm sure the agency's been involved for even more than that. When a mistake like this comes up, is this the time to burn bridges? Is this the time to cause any undue stress or drama about the situation? Absolutely not. This is the time to be cool and diplomatic and understanding. And I don't know exactly what the situation would be, if you were to book this independently, but I would say that some understanding on your part as the DJ would be advised, even if you have to settle for less than the full amount, even if you're entitled to it contractually. If you show up and another DJ ends up doing a job, you got a contract, you got a deposit, it's all legal schmeagle. Are you entitled to the full amount. Yeah, you are. But if you had to settle for less, maybe that would be the thing to do to keep the relationship with the school. Because the last thing you want to do is be a pain in the butt. Because when you're a pain in the butt, they're going to go work with somebody else. So play the long game on this stuff. Don't worry about the short game. Be penny wise and dollar stupid if you were to go in there and just demand this money that you had coming to you, when in the long run, yeah, you could make all kinds of money off of this school and be their DJ of choice because you were cool to work with. Take that into consideration. Play the long game on this stuff. So that's it, and I never want to really do a video about this again. I've done 3. That's more than enough. I hope I've answered all your questions and cleared some things up. If I haven't, I'm very sorry. I got to work on my communication skills, I guess, but I'm trying. So take care. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Practice and enjoy.